I debated long and hard if I was going to even put out a video today. As you can see, I'm riding solo. I mean, it was a travesty that happened, man. My Baltimore Ravens got beat. And even worse than that, Kyle Shanahan, the boy genius, was let off the hook yesterday. But I owe it to the people, so we're going to get into it, man, right here on Cover 2 with B-Woo and Earl Knows It All. Let's get it. Welcome back to Cover 2 with B-Woo and Earl Knows It All. And as you can see, I'm flying solo today. And man, I got to tell you, I am not in the greatest of moods after watching those two games, AFC NFC Championship game, man. And it was a very difficult watch, especially as the night went on, man. Now, I'll be 100% honest with you. I've been joking all season that my fandom is for sale. I was outwardly public Philadelphia Eagles fan, although I kind of saw them fall off during the season and knew that maybe that wasn't going to be the best thing for me. But the team that I really was rooting for, and a lot of my friends and family don't believe this, was the Baltimore Ravens, man. If you heard me last season when our show started, I told you how big of a fan I was of Lamar Jackson. I had the Pay the Man campaign, man. And I thought this was the season that he was going to break through. I thought this was the season that the Baltimore Ravens would finally get to the Super Bowl and raise the Vince Lombardi trophy, man. Now, like I said, truthfully, I'm being 100% honest with you. I've been liking and rooting for the Ravens since 2000, man. When you're in Atlanta, you're a Falcon fan, it becomes a little difficult, if you want to watch good football. Sometimes you got to choose some alternatives and not be, just a home team fan. So when Ray Lewis and Peter Boulware and Jonathan Ogden and all those guys came through there, man. Chris McAllister, Ed Reed, all of the guys that they had on those teams throughout the years, a hard-nosed, slobber-knocker, defensive-type team. They were a team after my own heart, man. And I always rooted for them, man. Every year I would make a prediction that Falcons are going to be in the Super Bowl and the Ravens are going to be in the Super Bowl. Those were the two teams that I had a vested interest in. So that hasn't changed, man. I still root for the Ravens. Now, I haven't, like I said that outwardly or publicly because I actually like them and I didn't want to be heartbroken by what would happen. And the one thing I was worried about, man, was old Patrick Mahomes coming into Baltimore, man, PNC Bank or whatever they call in that stadium now. I don't know. And doing exactly what they did, man. They win that game 17-10. Lamar had some tough moments in the game. And I just think, it was a loss that, although it was a 7-point game and the Ravens, I think, were actually favored in this game, you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes, man. Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey came out early on. They looked good. They were moving the ball around. And believe it or not, the Chiefs receivers kind of stepped up to the plate, man. The end of the game, biggest play of the game, 3rd and 5 or 6 or whatever it is, they can get the ball back right after the 2-minute warning to maybe try to go down and tie the game. The Ravens can. They send an all-out blitz. Mahomes gets rid of it and throws one deep down the field to Valdez-Scantling, and he makes the catch. Now, I saw this guy do the same thing against my other team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and drop a touchdown pass to help them win the game. So as that ball's in the air, it was like the longest 2 or 3 seconds of my life at that point. I'm like, maybe this guy will drop the ball, man. We can get the ball back and see what happens. But no, he secured the ball, made the catch. Game's over with 17-10. The funny thing is at one point, it looked like this game was going to be a shootout. They were going back and forth early on. It looked like it was going to be a fun game. And then the defenses woke up, made some big plays, man. And 17-10, the Ravens season is over with. And moral of the story, man, don't ever bet against Patrick Mahomes until he is defeated. Now, he has lost. He lost to Joe Burrow before. He lost in the Super Bowl to Tom Brady. Early on in his career, his first championship game, AFC championship game, he was robbed, in my opinion, by the referees in that game on a bogus offsides call. But whatever, man, we ain't gonna rewrite history and nothing like that. But the guy in these moments, man, he does what he has to do to win the game, man. You got to respect him. He's the best in the game. Lamar still will win MVP. Still had a great season. They had a great record this year, but Mahomes at the end of the day is the guy. Now, you remember early in the season, we did an AFC NFC preview, myself and B-Woo, and both of us were kind of like, well, neither one of us chose the Chiefs to make it to the Super Bowl. We both kind of felt like maybe it was, the window was maybe kind of closing. There was some things were going to go on there, but although we kind of doubted them throughout the season, and we every now and then we would pose the question, I mean, are we overlooking the Chiefs? But they looked like they were left for dead pretty much, man, throughout the season. But, we kept trying to say, is it the Dolphins? Is it the Jaguars? Is it the Ravens? And at one point, the Ravens was smacking everybody. They smacked the Lions, smacked the 49ers, smacked Jaguars, smacked all these playoff teams. And it looked like they were going to be the team to beat, but I was a bit uneasy going into Sunday morning, man, and preparing for that game. I just said, man, Mahomes is Mahomes, man. He's a tough guy. So, it is what it is, man. You look at it and say, all right, well, you got beat by the best. What can you do? Try to come back next year. Once Buffalo didn't beat them, I was a little worried, man. And it came to fruition. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. We have one more week of Taylor Swift now, the cutaways of Taylor Swift throughout the entire season. My master plan of saying Taylor Swift ruined their season. That just shows how good Patrick Mahomes is, man. Not even Taylor Swift and her white bread swag surf can disrail what Patrick Mahomes has going on, man. So, hey, man, congratulations to all the Chiefs Kingdom and you guys. Well-deserved, best team in the NFL. And like the great Ric Flair said, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And unfortunately, right now, Lamar couldn't do that against Patrick Mahomes. And most importantly, Baltimore couldn't do that against the Chiefs. That's what I'll say. Won't put that all on Lamar. But, what the Ravens need to do going forward, I think, Zay Flowers, he is a dynamic guy. He had a great game. Tough fumble at the goal line, man. That play pretty much sealed the game, essentially. That probably would have allowed them to, that was a 7-point margin, so it would have been a play that could have tied the game or definitely swung the momentum after big plays he made. And they had so many penalties in the game as well. So you got Zay Flowers, who's a good young receiver. You got some good running backs. You got Andrews. You got Likely at tight end. They got to get, maybe one more weapon on the outside, man. I don't think ODB was doing a great job against Sold and everybody. But as far as his play on the field, I think I saw him with 2 catches. I didn't check the stats, but only 2 catches I remember seeing him make. And that was late in the game. We got a big first down on the 4th down play. And then I think he caught another pass right after that. But yeah, they got to get some more weapons, man. Some guys that are going to be able to help Lamar Jackson move the ball down the field. And Lamar, in my opinion, didn't get out of the pocket enough and run. Now, I know the Chiefs are one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the NFL, but I feel like I saw some opportunities for him to run. He was holding on to the ball too long. On the play that they got the fumble on, he, the swipe down, you got to have that internal clock in your head and know, okay, I've been in this pocket for a while. It's time to break loose or throw it away or do something. But that didn't seem to be where he was. And I don't know if he was pressing or trying to make some moves to throw into triple coverage in the end zone. Got to be patient. Got to live to fight another day, man. You can't just throw that ball out there like that and throw the game away, essentially, because after that, Kansas City held on to the ball for a while. And, like I said, it was pretty much curtains after that. They got the ball again and got a field goal. But, yeah, man, I mean, tough loss. That's all I'll say, man. Ravens fans, let me know how you feel about that game, man. I'm sure you've had a chance to vent now as we're almost 24 hours away from that game, man. Yeah, I had to take a minute. Like I said, I didn't record right away, although I was going to, but the next game we'll get into is why I didn't, why I delayed and postponed my recording to put this out because, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf and be a better me, so I didn't want to hurl any expletives at this camera as I sat here, but yeah, that was a tough defeat, man. You're so close. You have a great season, and then for it just to come crashing down like that. Very tough, difficult loss for the Ravens and everybody in the Ravens flock. So, Baltimore fans, comment below. Tell me what you think, man. How are you feeling? What do you think about Lamar's performance in the game? Who is the person that you want to blame, or who's the side of the ball that you want to blame, or was it just Patrick Mahomes, he's a bad man. As I've said for the past 2 years, he's a bad, bad man. And he continues to be that. So you guys comment below. Tell me what you think. Unfortunately, we'll be right back after this. We got to get into the NFC Championship game, man. I'll tell you, for the first, what did I say? 35 minutes of that game, I was on cloud nine, man. But yeah, it all came crashing down, man. It was a scene that was far too familiar for me as a former Falcon fan, and I got some bones to pick with some people. They may not like this, but yeah, man, we'll get into that right after this. All right, so welcome back to Cover 2 with B Woo and Earl Knows It All. Again, I'm flying solo today, man. I had to clear out like Kobe. I called my own play today. And yes, the NFC Championship game. The Detroit Lions go into Levi Stadium, Santa Clara, California. And for the first 35 minutes of that game, I was gloating. I was excited. I was on cloud 10, not even cloud 9, because the Detroit Lions were running the ball down their throat. They were carving up the 49ers, and it was a beautiful sight to behold. The boy genius, Kyle Shanahan, sat on the sideline. They did cutaways to him every 5 seconds or so after a play, and he looked like he was just having the worst time of his life. And for me, that made me have the best time of my life, man. What's the song? I've had the time of my life. Yes, I had the time of my life, man. But Dan Campbell, I've been calling him Dan Quinn 2.0 all season just because he's Coach Bro, right? He's rah-rah, he's who Dan Quinn aspires to really be, in my opinion. The better version of Dan Quinn. That's what I meant. I didn't mean that in a disparaging way when I was saying that. And I really, truly was starting to think maybe I can jump on this Lions bandwagon, man, because if you know anything about me, I love anybody that can bring pain to Kyle Shanahan. So, hey, I was in it to win it with the Detroit Lions. I was thinking about going to get some Hawaiian blue, colors, a hat. Maybe I already got some Carolina blue Jordans that would go with it. So I was like, man, I'm going to be in there. I'm getting all kinds of Lions gear. I'm sold for the rest of my life. Can I go find the old pair of Barry Sanders I had back in 7th grade? I mean, hey, I was sold. 24-7 lead they jumped out to. They were up 14-0 first and foremost. Moved the ball like a hot knife through butter all over San Francisco. I'm thinking, you know what, man? This is beautiful. Kyle Shanahan's getting killed. My guy, DeMeco Ryans, looks like a genius, even though I don't want to hate on Steve Wilkes because, I'm a root for the brothers. But, hey, man, DeMeco Ryans showed how important he was to what San Francisco had going on. Maybe DeMeco Ryans was the genius in this whole setup. Maybe that's what it was, because that defense was not looking like it had in the past, okay? And, the 14-0 lead they jumped out to. Jamar Gibbs all over the field over him. Montgomery all over the field. Williams with a big 42-yard touchdown run. They couldn't bring him down. Jared Goff is dropping dimes everywhere. And like I said, I am on cloud 10 at that point, man. I'm texting B-Woo because we had a birthday party, like I told you, that he was at. I didn't get a chance to attend, but for his granddaughter, happy birthday again to my niece Kimora. How you doing, baby? Uncle E loves you. But yeah, I'm texting him like, man, the Detroit Lions are killing these boys, man. They are putting work in on them. San Fran's getting killed. One of my other good friends has been in San Francisco. I won't even say closet San Francisco fan. He's out the closet now, man. He lets it be known. He's really a Falcon fan, but I told you, history of the Falcons. If you're a Falcon fan, just find another team to get some enjoyment from. So he's chosen to get enjoyment from the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know how he's done that, because he didn't maybe watch the same Super Bowl that I saw that Shanahan blew, but hey, he thinks Shanahan is a genius. So that's where the name Boy Genius came from, because it's a mocking of my friend and Kyle Shanahan. Hope Kyle Shanahan sees every bit of my content calling him that, by the way. So anyway, he's quiet. He's thinking, man, the 49ers, they just don't look like the team that they looked like before. And I kind of had a feeling. Nothing, everybody is quiet. I'm having my moments. It's 24-7 at halftime. I cut the TV off at halftime. So I'm going to go, chill with some family, do some stuff for a moment. I'm going to come back. I'm trying to decide at that point, should I go live for the second half of the game? That's what I should do. I should go live for cover 2. and finish this game off and just enjoy it. But I said, no, 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 no. I want to enjoy every moment of this. So I'm not going to go live. I'm going to go live right after the game. That's what I'll do. Because I want to make sure I don't miss a moment of this beatdown that the Detroit Lions are putting on San Francisco. And yeah, man. 4th down. Deep in San Francisco territory. Dan Campbell goes for it. And I think it's Josh Reynolds that dropped the ball. Catchable pass. Didn't make it. And at the moment, I'll be 100% honest with you. I was all for that call. I said, hey, put up 100 points on these clowns if you can. Beat them down. Make the fans have a riot. That's how I felt about this game. So they could have went for it on 4th down every time. If they was up by 75, I would have said, keep going for it on 4th down. Don't punt it. Don't take a knee. No victory formation. Run the score up on these clowns. Kyle Shanahan deserves everything that he's going to get today. This is my moment to gloat, remember? And they don't get it. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried. Till one thing happens. My wife, who, we used to watch football together and basketball and some things, but we haven't watched any games together this season. She's usually doing some schoolwork or something, or getting prepared for her week. She walks in the room and says, oh, I thought you said the Lions was killing these folks. San Francisco's about to come back and win. I said, what? San Francisco has not done anything in this game. What are you talking about? And lo and behold, San Francisco, 24-10. Go down the field. Brock Purdy drops back. A flag is thrown, but I'm so busy yelling because this catch is made. I'm thinking it's an offensive pass interference on Brandon Ayuk because he pushed the defender. Pushes the man. The ball bounces off of his face mask up into the air, and look at Brandon Ayuk. He's like, oh, look at here. Look what I found. Makes a catch, falls down at the 10-yard line, scrolls into the end zone, but they call him down. I don't know how this is not offensive pass interference. He clearly pushed his man. But it's still 24-10. I'm not too worried. I mean, I'm a little worried, but I'm not too worried, right? And they proceed to get in the end zone, score 24-17. Ayuk makes a play. I'm thinking just hold them to a field goal here. We'll be okay. Now they get a touchdown. So it's 24-17. Kick the ball back off. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have went for it on 4th down. Now, giving you a little timeline. I told you, my friend, who is a big-time 49ers fan, but not really a 49ers fan, but he's really a 49ers fan. He's been quiet the whole game. He's been on the Lions band. He's been, I don't know what's going on. Why are they not throwing the ball? He's critiquing the boy genius now. Maybe the boy genius is not a boy genius. Ben Johnson's offensive game plan looks more genius than Kyle Shanahan's at this point. He's starting to feel a little empowered, though. Maybe the Detroit Lions should have just took the 3 there. I say, no, they need to take 3, man. It's all good. We just going to go back down the field. Yes, I'm a Detroit Lions fan by now. I'm on Fanatics. I'm looking for gear to be ready to watch for the Super Bowl. Yeah, we're just going to go down the field. Jared Goff is going to score. Not going to be a problem. What happens? The first play from scrimmage, they fumble the ball. I cut the TV off, put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And honestly, people, I can't tell you what else happened. I don't even know what the final score was. I'm sure Detroit did not make it to the Super Bowl, though. That's all I got for you, man. How in the world do you blow a 24-10 lead like that quickly? It's the Falcons 2.0, man. But I'll say this. I love it when the plan comes together. Although, what do they call it? They say war makes strange bedfellows or whatever it is, man. The enemy of my friend is my enemy, or my friend is my enemy, whatever the saying is. I'm rooting for Kansas City in the Super Bowl. As much as I don't like Taylor Swift and the Swifties, as much as I get tired of seeing them cut away to her, Patrick Mahomes, do not let me down, sir. Put a beat down on Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers, and all will be well. That's what I'll say. I can't believe Detroit let me down and lost that game that way. All you San Francisco 49ers fans, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. But, yeah, if you're a Detroit Lions fan, I'm sure you're feeling like me. I'm not even a Lions fan for real, and I feel horrible. So you guys comment below. Tell me how you feel. I walked you through, like I said, I don't even know what happened the rest of the game after that fumble. It's unfortunate, man. Unfortunate way to lose a game, man. I've been there before, Detroit Lions fan, though. So I can tell you, at some point, you just got to cut bait, man. That's what I did with the Falcons. Stop being a Detroit Lions fan. This is the type of stuff that happens to you when you're a Detroit Lions fan. You planning to go to Vegas. You got your tickets booked already. You just know that they're going to go to the Super Bowl and find another team to root for. That's all I can tell you. That's what I've done. I'm a Kansas City Chief fan. I've been one for a long time. Shout out to Christian Okoye. Shout out to Derek Thomas. Shout out to Elvis Gerback. All those guys, man. Been a huge fan for a long time. Thank you guys for watching, man. I want you to do me a big favor. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and tell all your friends, tell a hater. You know how it is, man. They be hating on you, boy, but hey, we love them all still, though. It's the #1 show covering the NFL right here. We're going to try to drag B. Woo back from wherever he's been the past couple of weeks so we can do a Super Bowl preview for you. And yeah, man, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, well, he said he's a 49er fan too. I don't know last time we recorded, so it's crazy, man. But we'll talk about Raheem Morris as well too, get his thoughts on that. But you guys have a great rest of your day, man. I'm going to try to get over this Detroit Lions loss. Silly of me. Look at me, man. Put the Falcons down, rooted for the Eagles, rooted for the Ravens, rooted for Detroit, and I still end up in the same predicament, man, hating Kyle Shanahan. But they do say, if you want something done, don't ever send a boy to do a man's job, man. So the bad man, Patrick Mahomes, he's going to handle business for me. You guys have a good one, man. We'll see you next week.